Howdy everyone, Zay Outlaw here, and here's part 3? No, it's... Is it 3? Yeah, I think it's 3. I'm not even sure anymore. Well, now we're continuing off from where we left off. Logan met Nezu, and he wanted Logan to join UA, since he had freaking... I don't know, well, he took him to his house, and they talked. Logan told him about his claws, his healing, and what he knows about his memories so far. Yeah. And now we start off on chapter 5, Sun. Hmm. Before before I get into that, I really hope you like my what I did on this picture here. It took a while. Didn't take longer than I thought, but hope you like it. This is what Logan looks like. He doesn't look like that chump that you see on the thumbnails. He looks like this. Doesn't give a shit. Badass. Alright, where was I? Alright. Chapter 5, Sun. As Logan was walking around, Nezu was showing Logan around the school, hoping that he would join UA, since Logan had remarkable abilities. And Nezu wanted Logan to be a hero, but Logan had a different opinion. So, this is the famous UA High, hmm? Logan said it in a sarcastic tone. As they were walking around and Nezu was explaining what their traditions are and their expectations are, the more he talked the more Logan wasn't interested. Until Nezu said he wanted to make a deal with the young lad, and that's when Logan listened. Nezu said he knew a friend that could read minds and could probably repiece back some of his memories. And now, okay, before I get into it, he's making the same deal like in the X-Men movie where Professor X said, "You know what, Logan? I'll give you your memories as long as you stay at school." He's like, and he's like, "Sure, whatever. I'll stay here. I just want my memories." And this is what's going on here. But before I go any further, I made a few changes in Logan's past. Sorry about that. And the changes are going to happen by when Logan was at the facility. There were a few more kids. Like, it's not just him and Victor, it's a bunch of other little shits that were in the but the kids that were there, and a dark and well while they were there, Logan met a dark brown haired girl that caught the 11-year-old Logan's eyes. After a while, the young girl and young Logan had feelings for each other, and that got Victor pretty pissed, since he knew the girl was a crutch to Logan and will make him weak. And so he told Stryker, like the little tattletale he is, about it, and since she had the same healing factor as Logan and Victor, she was a difficult person to get rid of. So they let her go, but still kept an eye on her. When Logan got the news, he was heartbroken. A year later, when Logan left as he was arguing with Victor, a few months later, he went back to Canada to see if he can find the girl he cares for, and live quietly in the woods. A year, a year after like a year, Logan, Victor, and that one chick are now 13. Their teenage years began. They live quietly in the woods of Canada, a nice small cabin, and live peacefully, but after a few months that all ended because they were being hunted and well, Logan's memories were freaking shot out of him, so he forgot about his brother, the girl he was with, and everything from a few months over 13 to 15. So yeah. Well, he doesn't remember up to. Okay, he's 15 or 16 now. That's all he remembers. But 13 to 14, he doesn't remember shit. But all he knows is that he was a killer and a soldier, and wandered and ended up in Japan. Since there was a note in his pocket that led him to his apartment that he's now staying at. Well, he was staying at. He is staying at now. So yeah. Okay, now that I've done explaining the little arrangements that I had made, I can get back to where I started from. Where was I? Yeah. Nezu finished telling Logan about his friend that could bring back his memories. Well, pieces of it. Logan was a little, well, he didn't, well, he was on edge, I guess. I don't know, but like Nezu said, it was a deal, which made Logan need to give, which means Logan needed to give something in return, and that was that Nezu wanted him. Okay, Nezu was going to ask his friend to help Logan with his memories, but Logan had to give something in return, and that's joining UA. Logan wanted to get back what he had lost, but didn't want to become something he didn't want to be, or what he was. But Nezu offered him something that Logan could not refuse. So he said, "What the hell?" and shook his head, well, his hand. Now, time skip to 3 days until the entrance exam. Oh, excuse me. And Nezu realized Logan didn't have much clothes and didn't live in a decent neighborhood, so he decided that Logan would live with him in his big ass house and go shopping the next day. After unpacking all of Logan's belongings, they went shopping, and Logan got whatever, well, Logan would wear, actually, like cowboy boots, mountain boots, a cowboy hat, green and blue buttoned up shirts, and plain black, white, and dark green t-shirts, and a denim jacket. And his jacket that he has now, like from the actual movies, was like brown and goldish yellow. This is him on his weekends, where he's fucking kicking ass. Look at him. Wiping the blood off like he doesn't give a hell. Smiling. He's like, "Is that all you got?" Alright. I'm just so amazed at what I did. I'm proud of it. Okay. After getting Logan clothes, he asked if Logan just wanted the denim jacket, but Logan explained he already had the dark yellow, light brown leather jacket, so they just went home to the house. Then every night Logan goes to his room, to the roof of the mouse's house, and does gymnastic to stay in shape and well sturdy. When it was time for the entrance exam, Nezu didn't want to play favorites since Logan lived with him and treated him like a son. At school, he treated him like a student. When the time came at the fake city, Logan wore camouflage pants, green camo pants, mountain boots, and a black tank top with his dog tags hanging out, popping his metallic bones. President Mike yelled, "Go!" All the students ran as Logan was ahead of the group and popped out his claws and started ravaging the robots. And when the 0-pointer came, he decided it wasn't worth it and just freaking booked it. And he wasn't scared, but was like, "Nah, I don't got time for that." But he heard a loud girl scream for help. Since he could hear far away, he was the only one to hear her, and was frustrated at himself and just freaking, he's like, ah, forget it, and just ran to the girl. And of course, the girl I am talking about is obvious. It was a Ochako Uraka, but Logan didn't know that, and picked up the heavy rubble that she was trapped under. That was wrong. Under, and just carried her bridal style, and just said, well, didn't say anything, just freaking booked it. As he carried her, she just had her hands on her face, blushing, and just freaking flew away onto a nearby roof without noticing. Well, I guess that makes it easier now. Well, time for this son of a... A big boom was heard as soon as he was about to say the freaking B word. Logan was hit into the ground. As time was up... He was hit into the ground as time was up. Everybody knew that no one could survive such a freaking hit. Then that's when Recovery Girl ran and just freaking tried to save the boy. As she got there closer, Nezu yelled, "Stop," and waited as everybody was panicking why they didn't save him. A rumble was heard. The metal claws popped up from the robot and popped up from the robot's hand, just like right through it. And that's when Logan made an X and sprung out from the hand that landed on him. As he sprung out, he did a flip and just landed straight on his feet. But everybody was in horror because what they saw, and there was a pipe that freaking went through Logan's leg and scratches all over him. Like it was disgusting. It was like fucking. He came out of like disturbing. And when Nezu asked if he was okay in a very calm voice, Logan was healing from his wounds like they were nothing, as he was saying, "Yeah, sure, painful, but soon it'll feel like nothing happened." And soon all his scars were healed. Everybody's jaws dropped as he freaking yanked the pipe out of his leg and it just healed. Except for Nezu, since he already knew that. A week later, at Nezu's house, he explained Logan got in. And Logan didn't really give a shit, since he made a deal they made. And said sure, and went straight upstairs explaining if he needed something, just call. I'll be studying and in a happy tone Nezu said, sure son. Wait, what did you just call me? Never mind. Just get ready for tomorrow. Over the last week being around Logan, Nezu felt a strong connection. He saw Logan less of a guest and more of a son, since he treated him well. Now that's why chapter 5 is called Son. Now, phone, damn it. Now time for chapter 6. First day of school. That phone is bothering me. It's loud. Alright, where was I? Freaking right. Chapter 6. First day of school. The first day of UA. And that... Logan and Nezu drove and went to school. And Nezu went to his office and explained where Class 1A was. And left. As Logan walked, he just kept on thinking what Nezu said last night. Son. He didn't mind, but that gave him a memory of a man calling him son, but couldn't see his face. His memory was in blurs. As he was in deep thought, he was at 1A classroom and walked in thinking, well, if I'm doing this shit, then, well, it's worth it if I have to get my memories. Then walked in and saw a kid with glasses yelling at a blonde. They stopped and both looked at Logan. All he said was, "Hey," in a very blank face, like "Sup." As the boy with glasses introduced himself as Ida Tenya, Logan as well did the same, and said he had no last name. All he knew was his name was Logan. And Ida went straight to the point and asked about the entrance exam, on how the freak did he heal more like regeneration in his metal claws from the freaking thing. They were talking long. Their talking didn't last long, since they were interrupted by a brown-haired girl. Since Logan was tall, he had to look down like freaking 3 inches. Like, he's not short, he's like real tall, and had to look down. He's like, hey. To see that it was a girl, it was the girl that he saved. She quickly said thank you and immediately asked about his healing. Well, a minute into class and already getting straight into questions, are we? Then the teacher in a yellow cocoon stood up. I swear if our teacher's a goddamn butterfly, Logan said in a curious tone, but in a sarcastic way. Came a tired man with a scarf instead. Well, I was close, said Logan. And the teacher Aizawa explained they will be going outside and PE clothes. And hurry up, get dressed, and get your asses outside. Logan gave less of a shit, and Aizawa sensei said, okay, let's get started. Alright, that's all I got so far. Logan's now into UA, doesn't give a shit. He's forced into it, but he still kicks ass. He gives threats also, so a lot of people are scared of the guy. But, yeah, over time, he's gonna get some memories, maybe fall in love, meet his brother, and see where we go from there. But really, tell me what you think of this art, cause god damn it, I can't stop looking at it. Well, that's all I got. I'll gain some more soon. And if you please, subscribe, like, and comment, share with your friends. And thank you.